Just for a few reminders, we highly suggest that we put ourselves in mute while someone is presenting so that we can focus on the presenters. Yeah, so we'll be starting in a few minutes. We'll be waiting for the others to join. Thank you.
We're 1,000 miles from comfort. We have traveled land and sea. But as long as you are with me, there's no place I'd rather be. I would away forever, exalted in the sea. As long as I am with you, my heart continues to beat. With every step we take, Kyoto to the bay, strolling so casually. We're different and the same, gave you another name, switch up the batteries. If you gave me a chance, I would take it. It's a shot in the dark, but I'll make it. Knowing the little heart, you can't shame me when I am with you. There's no place I'd rather be. No, 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 no place I'd rather be. No, 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 no place I'd rather be. No, 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 no place I'd rather be. We set out on a mission to find our inner peace, make it everlasting, so nothing's incomplete. It's easy being with you, sacred simplicity. As long as we're together, there's no place I'd rather be. With every step.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Hi, I am Martin, and I am one of the education counselors from Kanata. And then I will be your host for today. And before we proceed with the presentation, just a few reminders for everyone to kindly put ourselves in mute while someone is presenting. And we don't have to turn on our cameras. So yeah, it's okay if we just put ourselves in mute and don't turn on our camera. So today we'll be joined by two prestigious schools from Canada. So we have from Fanshawe College, we have here Miss Jamie Jainar. Hello, good afternoon, Miss Jamie.
Hello, Martin. Good afternoon, and good afternoon to everyone who's tuning in for today's info session.
All right, thank you, Miss Jamie. And we are also joined here by Sir Daryl Agapito from Humber College. Hello, good afternoon, Sir Daryl.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Martin. Hi, Jamie.
Hi, Daryl.
And we are also joined here today by Miss Van, one of our education counselors. Hello, good afternoon, Miss Van.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone.
And also, we would like to thank everyone for choosing to spend your Saturday afternoon here with us. I know that you'll gain something from the info session that we have today. I know you're looking forward in meeting the schools and hearing about their presentations. So just a run through for the info session today. So we'll be starting off with Fanshawe College and then followed by Humber College, and then we will also be explaining the services that we offer as a team, Kanata. And then we will be having a short Q&A after the presentation. So during the question and answer portion, we highly suggest that we ask a more general questions, and then you just type in your question. So chat nyo lang yan dyan sa chat box. Just type in the questions that you have. So after each presentation, what I could suggest as well, you jot down potential questions that you have in mind so that we can answer it during the question and answer portion. And then also, if you have a more personal questions, what we would like to suggest is for you to book a consultation with us. So we'll be posting the link for you to book an appointment with us for free. So yeah, grab that opportunity because everything is for free during the consultation. So if you have personal questions that you would like to ask us, kindly just click on that link. And with that being mentioned, and without further ado, we will be now proceeding with the school presentation. So we have here Miss Jamie from Fanshawe College.
Great. So again, good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon to Kanata and everyone who's tuning in for today's info session. Before I begin, let me introduce myself again. I am Jamie, the International Education Advisor for the Philippines at Fanshawe College. Now, let me just share my screen, and for us to really focus on the presentation, I will just turn off my camera for now. Okay, so I hope you can see my screen already. So let me begin. So again, I am Jamie, the International Education Advisor for the Philippines at Fanshawe College. Now, before I talk about Fanshawe College itself, let me first introduce you to our locations at Fanshawe College. Okay, so for Fanshawe, we are primarily located in London, Ontario. Now, I know that not everyone knows that Canada also has the London city, because if we think of London, the first thing that we talk about or we think about is London, UK. But actually, in Canada, we also have the London city. So this is a suburban city at southwestern part of Ontario, and it is very relatively close to the USA-Canada border. So London has really good opportunities for not just for international students, but also right after you graduate, because it's near the USA-Canada border. So what that means, lots of job opportunities, lots of businesses, because there are a lot of tourists going in and out from the border. So this is also a very good advantage for our supply chain and logistics industry, because the importation and exportation from the USA to Canada and vice versa can also be found here. In London, like I said, we are a suburban city, so we have a growing population of more than 500,000 now, with a multicultural community. So we have a very diverse community right now. And speaking of multicultural, we also have higher rate in when it comes to international immigration. So if you check the population growth for last 2022, 56% of that is coming from international migration. So if your long-term goal of studying to Canada is really to become a PR, then London can be a good place for you. Lastly, London is also a very vibrant, safe, modern, and affordable for all, especially for students. Now, how do we say it's affordable? So if you compare it to the other metropolitan areas in Canada, it's much more affordable. So if you check rentals.ca, so this is a website where you can see the available accommodations for metropolitan cities in Canada. So actually for London, it's only number 22. So number 22, out of the 35 other cities, number one being Vancouver. So Vancouver, BC has the most expensive accommodation right now in Canada. So that is London. Now let me go to the other location that we have. So we also have a campus in Toronto. Now, I don't think I still need to introduce Toronto to you, but just to give a quick rundown. So Toronto, it's a world-class city, and it's a very major tourist destination, and it has a diverse population of around 6 million. So almost half of the population in Ontario is actually located in Toronto. Now, this is a good thing for you, for our future international students who are interested to study in Toronto, is because of the population. So you will have lots of connections, lots of networks. So you will really have the chance to build those connections for your advantage, to have more opportunities once you graduate after studying at Fanshawe College. And since it's Toronto is a world-class city, then of course the cost of living can be higher. But if you compare it to the other global cities outside Canada, for example, New York, then it's still relatively affordable. So if you're interested to have this highly urbanized lifestyle while also still considering the affordability, then Toronto can be a good location for you. Now that I'm done with the location, let me proceed to introducing Fanshawe College to you guys. So Fanshawe College, we're actually the sixth largest public college in Canada, and we have over 50 years of giving the quality education, not just for our domestic students, but also for our international students. Now, speaking of our students, we have over 21,000 full-time students right now, and inclusive of that is our 8,500 international students. And if you're wondering where is the Filipino community located, definitely we're part of top 5. So hindi mo bumababa sa 1,000 yung population for Filipinos every year. So we have a very big Filipino community at Fanshawe College right now. And also, if you are considering which college to go to, you also have to think about the reputation of that college. So, how do you measure this reputation? It's through the graduates of that specific college or of that specific school. So, to measure the success of these graduates is through the employment rate. So, for our employment rate for our Fanshawe graduates, so just within 6 months, 86.7% of our Fanshawe graduates have already landed jobs. So we are very proud to say that our students or our graduates are very job ready, and that is because we really emphasize experiential learning in our college. So a testament to our experiential learning or career focused curriculum is our programs. So we have lots of programs with co-op. So co-op meaning paid internship. And aside from that, we have programs as well with internships, externships, and placements. And we also made sure that these programs, our materials, our professors, our classrooms, everything for that specific program is uh, very in line with today's industry. That is because we want to make sure that our students, right after they graduate, they are already ready to become the future workforce, labor force in Canada. Now, let me proceed to our campuses. So again, we are the sixth largest public college in Canada. So we have lots of campuses, but let me just run through them one by one. So our main campus is actually in Oxford Street. So this is where most of our programs are located. So this is the main campus. And just a few blocks away from the main campus is our Transportation Technology campus. So this is where our transportation programs are located. So for motive-powered programs or auto body repair techniques program, so this is where it's located. The next campus that we have is the Aviation Center. So our Aviation Center is just very near the London International Airport, and this is a very strategic location. We made sure that it's near the airport so that our students would really have that experience working in an airport. Next to that is our downtown campus. So this is where our School of Digital and Performing Arts and School of Culinary, Tourism, and Hospitality programs are located. So if you're interested about culinary management or tourism, travel, this campus is for you. The next campus that we have in London is the South Campus. So for our South Campus, this is where some of our postgraduate programs for international students are located. Now, outside of London area, we also have regional campuses all throughout the southwestern part of Ontario. So we have St. Thomas, Woodstock, and Simcoe campuses. So if you have relatives who are living in these areas, so you will not have to worry which school or which college you have to go to because Fanshawe College has those campuses in these areas. Lastly, we have the Toronto campus. So our Toronto campus was actually just launched last year. So it's been running for a year or over a year now. And for our Toronto campus, most programs that we have are human services, health sciences, and hospitality. So speaking of programs, so for Fanshawe, we have over 220 plus programs across 17 areas of study that suits you. So if you're wondering which areas of study Filipino students are currently in, actually, I think almost all of them. But for for us, I think the number one is still business. But yes, we have lots of Filipinos from all 17 areas of study. And for the credentials, we have post-secondary certificates, diploma. So this is the 1 year, the 2 year post-secondary program, advanced diploma or 3 year post-secondary program, bachelor's degree, so 4 years bachelor's degree programs, and 1 to 2 year graduate certificates that we offer to our international students. Now, I know that the 220 plus programs plus all these credentials can be a little bit confusing. So that's why we made a general pathway for our Filipino students. So we divided it into three. Okay, so for our high school graduates, so these are the old curriculum high school graduates who weren't able to finish college or who weren't able to have at least 72 units passed in college. If you're wondering if we accept high school old curriculum graduates, yes, we do accept you. So for you to enroll at Fanshawe College, so all you have to do is you have to take the 1 year general arts and science program first. So the general arts and science program, this is more like a bridging program or a foundation program, since in Canada, the needed number of years for basic education is 12 years. So since for our old curriculum in the Philippines is only 10 years, we are lucky 2 more years. But for us, we only need the 1 year general arts and science. So right after that, you can continue now with the 1 to 3 year post-secondary programs that are available for you. And next one is our college graduates. So if you graduated for a 4 year bachelor's degree program, you have more choices. So you can either study for our 1 to 3 year post-secondary programs, or you can also do 1 to 2 year graduate certificates. So more choices for you guys. Now, for our new curriculum graduates or K-12 graduates who would want to continue their education at Canada. So for you, no need to take the general arts and science. You can directly apply to our 1 to 3 year post-secondary programs available. Now, for the post-grad opportunities. So right after you graduate, I'm very happy to say that all of our 220 plus full-time programs are eligible for of PGWP or postgraduate work permit. So even including the general arts and science, that is also eligible for PGWP. Now, the length of PGWP or post-graduation work permit. So if you're studying for a 1 year program, then your PGWP is also valid for 1 year. But if you study for at least a 2 year program, your PGWP will be longer, and it will be up to a 3 year PGWP. So, how about for our college graduates who would want to take just a 1 year graduate certificate and another 1 year graduate certificate? Is that possible? Yes. So we accept 1+1 programs or bundle programs here at Fanshawe College. So if you're also still wondering which program is really the best suited program for you, you can book an appointment or book a consultation with Kanata. So they're one of our interested partners, and I am very sure that they can help you out with it. Okay, now after we talk about the programs, let's talk about the budget, of course. So since this is like the most important thing that we have to consider. So for the 1 year tuition fee and expenses in our London campus, so if you are interested to study in London, so this is the estimated 1 year expenses. So for our tuition fee, it's around 16,000 to 18,000 CAD for 1 year. And inclusive of that is our medical insurance and our bus pass. So bus pass meaning you don't have to pay the fare because it's already included in your tuition fee. So unlimited bus pass swipes. And the program general expenses, it's around 500 to 2,000 CAD. That will be uh that is varied to each program. So there are other programs that their requirements or their expenses can be a little higher. So for example, culinary management, there might be instances that your expenses for the program can be higher in comparison to, for example, the law clerk program. So since law clerk only needs probably ebooks and books and other not as requirement demanding as the culinary management program. So for the living expenses, so estimated it's around 8,000 to 10,000 CAD. Now this living expenses, we already included here the rent. Okay, the rent, the utilities like electricity, Wi-Fi, water, and also your day-to-day living expenses. So it's around 8,000 to 10,000 CAD. But if you're a very matipid na person, no, then you can definitely lessen the living expenses. But again, this is just an estimated 1 year tuition fee and other expenses in London. Now, how about in Toronto? So in Toronto, there's not a lot of differences for the tuition fee. So instead of bus pass, we have discounted transportation for you guys. And the general expenses or the requirements can still range around 500 to 2,000 CAD. Now, what is the difference between the London and Toronto expenses is the living expenses, of course. So, like I told you, the cost of living in Toronto can be higher. So the living expenses for 1 year, it's around 10,000 to 14,000 CAD. Now, let me just run through with our student services that we give to our Filipino students. So for our student support in the Philippines, even before you become, I mean, even before you go to Canada, we already have student services that we give to our students here in the Philippines. So we have a Fanshawe College PH team. So I am also part of this team. So we are a dedicated team for Filipino students even before going to Canada. So if you have questions, you can definitely talk to us. And we also have pre-departure events for each intake. So this is an event where we give briefing for our Filipino students bound for Canada. So ensuring that you are well prepared before going to Canada. So all of the things, all of the do's and don'ts, when you go to Canada, we will be talking about that during the pre-departure event. And lastly, we also have a flight promo with Philippine Airlines. So this is a discounted direct flights from Manila to Toronto Airport for students, plus a maximum of your two dependents. So discounted direct flights for you guys. So definitely uh you can save from these discounted flights or flight promo with PAL. Next, for the student support in London, so we have first of all is the Fanshawe Cares Arrival Service Program. So it's a very long name, but basically this is a pre-arrival service for all international students 30 days prior to the start of your intake. So this service includes transportation from Toronto Airport to the London or regional campuses, and if you don't have accommodation once you go to Canada, we also have partner hotels that can give you discounted hotel rates. So no need for you to worry about how to get to London or how to get to St. Thomas, for example, once you land to Toronto Airport, because we will be arranging the arrival service or the shuttle service for you. Next, once you become a current student, so um, the team that will help you with program, admission, and student immigration related concerns will be the International Center. So I am also part of this team, but I have more colleagues who will be assisting you guys once you go to Canada through our International Center. Next is our learning center. So this is for all academic assistance needed by you. So if, for example, you are struggling with a specific course, or if you have requirements that you think you will not be able to meet, you can definitely avail the service of the learning center so they can help you out with that. Next is our Career and Employment Service Center. So this is a one-stop access about employment and job readiness for all students. So actually, even before you have the first day of your class on the start of your intake, the Career and Employment Service Center already has a workshop for you guys. So it's a 2 day workshop, 2 day workshop where we will invite our business partners from different industries. So the supervisors, the CEOs, and they will be talking about how to land jobs in Canada, how to edit your resumes to Canadian resumes, or what skills are they looking for their future employees. So we made sure to have these workshops for us to help our students, especially our international students, because we know that our international students are really interested to have part-time jobs. Lastly, for accommodation, we have places for students. So this is an online collection of numerous housing options for our students. So you can definitely avail for the places for students to check which off-campus accommodations can be good for you. Now, how about in Toronto? So for our Toronto campus, this is actually in partnership with ILAC. So ILAC is a uh, private school in Toronto, and we are sharing their campus with them. So all services, all materials, all professors are hired or are given by ILAC, but your certificate will be from Fanshawe. So what are the student services from ILAC? So this is the student services. The first one is the peer mentorship by Fanshawe Toronto at ILAC. So these are upper year Fanshawe Toronto at ILAC students who provide support to first year students. So these upper year students will make sure that you are well adjusted once you become a Fanshawe student at Toronto at ILAC. Next one for the employment and career service, ILAC has what they call co-op and career services. So this is the department providing the career services support, and they're also overseeing the co-op and placement, internships and externships aspects of the programs. So for the co-op and career services at ILAC, they also have lots of workshops, both online and offline for their students as well, because like us, they know that they know that you are really interested to have to become job ready and to have part-time jobs once you land in Canada. Next, ILAC also has what they call ILAC Health Services. So this is a 24/7 healthcare team that assists students in your mental and physical health. So if you have injuries, for example, definitely avail the ILAC Health services so the team can help you out. And lastly, for the accommodation, ILAC also has ILAC Accommodation Department. So this is the team that provides several housing options for you. So if you are having a housing crisis, if you cannot find um, good accommodation, definitely avail their services because they can help you out with your accommodation concerns. Okay, so if you're interested to study at Fanshawe, you have to know that we have three intakes. So we have fall, which starts in September, winter, which starts in January, and summer, which starts in May. Now, for Fanshawe, we do not have a specific application period, unlike other schools. So as long as your desired intake and your desired program is available, then we can definitely uh, give you the letter of acceptance. So if you're wondering which programs and which intakes are available right now, so for us, most of our programs for May 2024 or for summer 2024 intake are already closed. So the next available intake would have to be fall 2024 or September 2024. And the good thing with us, if your budget, if you think your budget will still be at 2025, good thing with us, we're also accepting 2025 applications for all intakes as well. Now, let me say this again. So if you're wondering which program is good for you and which intake is good for you, definitely book an appointment or book a consultation with Kanata so they can help you out with that. Now, lastly, for our application requirements, so for us, we don't need a lot of things from you guys. We only need these three documents. So, high school transcript and diploma. So, if you are studying for a post-secondary program, we need your high school transcript and diploma. Next is the college or university transcript and diploma. Lastly is your valid passport. So the good thing with us, we do not require IELTS or any English test certificate for our Filipino students. So no need to ask for medium of instruction certificate from DepEd because we don't need that unless if you apply to our pharmacy technician program or to our occupational therapy or physiotherapy assistant program. But for everything else, for all of the 200 plus programs, we don't need IELTS. Okay? And if you want to know more about Fanshawe after this session, if you still have more questions, you can definitely um, message me as well, or you can also go to our website www.fanshawec.ca or go to our social media pages at Facebook or YouTube or Instagram, Fanshawe International or Fanshawe College. Okay, I think I am done. So let me give the floor back to Martin.
Thank you so much, Miss Jamie, for that presentation. I hope the participants today were also able to familiarize themselves more about Fanshawe College. So if you have questions later on, you can type in your questions so that we can proceed in asking them later during the Q&A portion. Thank you so much, Miss Jamie. And now we have here Sir Daryl Agapito from Humber College. Good afternoon,
The
Sir
moment
Daryl.
is here. To rise, to thrive, to prove the haters wrong, to prove yourself right. Humber is ready for you to bring it. Your bold ideas, your big dreams, your unique talents. So bring it to class, bring it after class, bring it to the field, bring it in the field. We'll cheer you on from your first class, first hands-on learning experience, and throughout your time at Humber. We'll bring you choices. We'll bring you opportunities. We'll bring you support for all of your possibilities. It's about how you see things and everything that makes you, you. So step onto campus and start your future. Whatever it holds, we'll help you prepare. So you'll be ready, like really ready, to take on whatever the world brings. All you have to do is bring it. We are Humber.
Okay, thank you so much for your presentation, Jamie. Thank you, Martin. Good afternoon, everyone. So let me just share my real presentation. There you go. I hope you can see my screen now. I would assume it's a yes. All right. So good afternoon. My name is Daryl Agapito. I'm the in-country representative of Humber College in the Philippines, and we are one of the institution partners of Kanata in Toronto, Canada. So our full name is Humber College Institute of Technology and Advanced Learning. It is because we are one of the polytechnic institutions across Canada. So there are only 13 polytechnic institutions across Canada. There are only 7 in the province of Ontario, and there are only 3 in the city of Toronto. So what does polytechnic institution means? It means that we deliver our programs in combination of theoretical and hands-on learning. We ensure that you get the experience that you need while you are still studying at Humber College. And how do we ensure that? Out of our over 200 academic programs where you can choose from, 79% of our programs would require you to have a co-op or work placement. So in the Philippines, it's like an OJT or an internship, where you will be required to work as part of your curriculum. And that is how you get your experience so that after your graduation, you are job ready. But still, there are some programs that will not require you to have co-op or work placement. But don't worry, because Humber College is a designated learning institution. We're also a public college, and that is why you will still be allowed to work part-time as an international student. Currently, we have about 42,500 registered students, 8,500 of which are international students from over 130 nationalities. And I'm very proud to say and happy to say that right now, Philippines is already top 2 origin of international students at Humber College. So I hope after this session, if not all of you, most of you will be part of that growing number of Filipinos inside Humber. So I will not be discussing about Toronto anymore, but we are located in Toronto. I believe Jamie has already explained about Toronto. So this is where we are located. All of our campuses are located in the city of Toronto. Our main campus is the North Campus, this one. I hope you can see my cursor moving. It's only about 10 minutes away from the largest and the busiest airport in Canada, which is Toronto Pearson International Airport. And we also have the Lakeshore campus, which is about 30 minutes away from the airport, and our IGS, or International Graduate School, in downtown Toronto, right in the middle of the city. If you can see the green line, this is the subway. The yellow U-shaped line is also a subway, and the purple line up here, also a subway. And all broken red lines that you see are bus lines. So anywhere you might live around Toronto, it will be very, very easy for you to access all of our campuses. So right now, the first station for the green line is the Kipling Station. But actually, meron ng ginagawa ngayon na another station inside the North Campus. So pag natapos na siya, that will be the first or the last station. It depends on where you will be coming from for the green line. So ganun ka-accessible yung campuses ni Humber. Meron mismong subway station inside the campus. All right. So to give you a glimpse of how our campuses look like, ito yung North Campus namin, the largest campus and the main campus. Most of our diploma bachelor's program are delivered in this campus. And if you can see this part, that is our on-campus accommodation or dormitory. And this is how our Lakeshore campus looks like. Most of our graduate certificate programs prior to having the IGS are being delivered at the Lakeshore together with our social science programs. All right. And to set your expectation, unlike the North Campus and Lakeshore Campus, our IGS campus is only part of a building. Out of an 8-story building, 3 floors are reserved for Humber College. So hindi siya kagaya ni Lake and ni North na merong school grounds. So going to our services, what are the services that we offer to our international students? So we have the Academic and Career Success Center. A while ago, si na Jamie nag-present about Fanshawe. They mentioned na you will be allowed to work part-time, and also at Humber College, it's the same. You will also be allowed to work part-time as an international student. And if you're wondering if this school will be assisting you in looking for that part-time or those part-time jobs, the answer is yes, we will be assisting you in looking for your part-time job, but we will not be placing you. So you will still have to submit your CV, go through an interview, and pass the interview for you to get the job. But don't worry, because in the beginning of each semester, we conduct job fairs and networking nights where we bring in our industry partners so that it will be easier for you to have access to those job opportunities around Toronto area. We also have the International Center where you can find our International Student Advisors or ISAs. So if you need to extend your study permit, if initially you applied for a 1-year program and then later on decided to add another 1-year program to make your study 2 years, for you to be eligible for up to 3 years post-graduation work permit, and you will need to extend your study permit, then our international student advisors may assist you in applying for your study permit extension. And also, you will be eligible for PGWP or post-graduation work permit after graduating at Humber. And if you are wondering on how you will be applying for that PGWP, our ISAs will be conducting workshops on how to apply for PGWP before your graduation. We also have the Student Wellness and Accessibility Center. If you're having troubles with your health, maybe physical health or mental health, you can just go to that center and you will be assisted there for free. And also the Athletics and Recreation Center, if you're into fitness or into sports, you can be part of the varsity team and you can also use a facility for free. You just have to present your Humber ID. So going to our programs, again, we have over 200 academic programs where you can choose from. We have a little bit of everything. There are very, very few programs that we do not offer at Humber College. So we have fashion and aesthetics, applied technology and engineering. We are quite big on technology and innovation. That's why we offer a lot of engineering programs. We also have health sciences and wellness. We do offer our practical nursing program to international students. So not all colleges in Canada are allowed to deliver practical nursing and Bachelor of Nursing to international students. But with Humber, we are offering that to international students. We also have pharmacy technician, fitness and health promotion, food and nutrition management. We also have business, accounting and management, and also creative arts and design, emergency services, children and youth, which includes our child and youth care services program, and also a very in-demand program for Filipinos, which is early childhood education. We also have community and social services, which includes our social service worker program, and also skilled trades like plumbing techniques, welding techniques, industrial woodworking technician. We have media, public relations, and marketing. We also have music and performing arts, which includes our theater arts program, and also an array of musical instruments where you can choose from. And also hospitality and tourism, if you are into that industry. We have hotel and restaurant operations management program, culinary management program, bake and pastry arts management program, and also event management. We also offer information, computer, and digital technology, which includes our ITS or Information Technology Solutions program. And also a very new program at Humber, which is also quite popular these days, artificial intelligence and machine learning. So we are now offering that program to our international students, AI, artificial intelligence, and machine learning. We also have foundations in language training and also justice and legal studies. For those who are in grade 12 or about to finish grade 12, Humber College is one of the very few colleges who can offer bachelor's degree program. We are offering 31 bachelor's degree. If you are a grade 12 graduate or about to finish your grade 12, you can directly apply to any of our bachelor's program. You don't need to attend any preparatory programs anymore. Okay. So later on, I can send you the link to the complete list of our programs so that you can check it and you can choose which program will be or will fit your preference. Okay, going to our admission guidelines, we have 3 intakes at Humber College. That will be September, January, and May. Right now, we are still accepting applications for May 2024. There are a lot of programs that are still open for May 2024. And also, we just recently opened our September 2024 applications last November 6. So if you are interested to apply for September 2024 intake, please contact Kanata after this session so that you can begin with your application, especially if you are interested with nursing program, pharmacy technician, or early childhood education kasi sobrang bilis mapuno ng seats for those programs. So what are the documents that you need to submit if you wish to apply to Humber College? If you are applying for a certificate program, diploma program, or advanced diploma program, we need your high school transcript and high school diploma, even if you already finished your bachelor's degree in the Philippines. So again, if you will be applying for a certificate program or diploma program or advanced diploma program, you still need to submit your high school transcript and high school diploma, even if you already finished your bachelor's degree in the Philippines. If you are applying for a graduate certificate program or graduate program, we only need your college transcript and college diploma. No need for high school documents anymore. And also, good news for everyone, we are waiving the IELTS requirement for Filipinos. If you already finished your bachelor's degree in any of these schools that you can see on your screen, no need for you to submit any language proficiency test anymore. No need for MOI or Certificate of English as Medium of Instruction as well. Again, if you finished bachelor's degree in any of these schools that you can see on your screen, no need to present any language proficiency test, no need for MOI as well. However, if you finished your bachelor's degree but the name of your school is not on the list, then that is the time when you will be needing to submit your MOI or Certificate of English as Medium of Instruction. For all grade 12 graduates or college undergraduates, you will need to submit language proficiency test. We are accepting IELTS, TOEFL, Cambridge test, Pearson test of English, and also Duolingo. Sorry, I don't think it's on the list, but yes, we are accepting Duolingo. And also another good news, if you will be submitting your application through Kanata, the 100 Canadian dollar application fee, sorry, this is not updated. It's now 100 Canadian dollars beginning November 6 when we open for September 2024 intake. The 100 Canadian dollars will already be waived. No need for you to pay for that application fee anymore. as long as you will be submitting your application through Kanata. Going to our tuition fees are running from 16,000 to 20,000 Canadian dollars, and that's good for 2 semesters or 1 year, and that includes your health insurance. As an international student, you are required to have your health insurance, and that is already embedded in your tuition fee. Scholarships are also available only for diploma and advanced diploma programs. You may qualify for up to 2,000 Canadian dollars scholarship. I don't actively promote this scholarship. Medyo mahirap lang siya makuha. What we do is we rank all of the applicants who applied for diploma and advanced diploma. And kung sino yung may pinakamataas na GPA, that person, one person only per country, can get the 2,000 Canadian dollars scholarship. So medyo competitive siya. However, if you will be applying for any of our bachelor's degree and you are a grade 12 graduate in the last 8 months, hindi ka nag-gap year, you directly applied to any of our bachelor's program after your grade 12 from the Philippines, you will automatically get up to 4,000 Canadian dollars scholarship if your GPA is 95% or higher. If your GPA is 90 to 95%, you can get 3,500. For those who got 85 to 90%, you can get 3,000. 80 to 85%, you can get 2,000. All of those are renewable since bachelor degree is 4 years at Humber College. And if you are able to maintain your grades, then you can still get the same amount of scholarship by the following year. But if you get 75 to 80% GPA from senior high school, you can only get a one-time, non-renewable 1,500 Canadian dollars scholarship. Application process is quite easy with Humber College. We just need your clear, colored, uncut, scanned documents. No need for you to send your documents via courier to Humber. We only need clear, colored, uncut, scanned documents. Submit everything to Kanata and they will be initiating the application for you. Our processing time is a little slow compared to the other colleges. The normal processing time is about 8 to 10 weeks. However, if you are 100% sure that you wish to be admitted to Humber College, what we can do is that Kanata will be informing me that you submitted an application and that you have submitted complete documents. And with that, we will be able to expedite your application to 4 weeks. So hindi pa rin siya sobrang bilis. That's the best that we can do at the moment, but please bear with us. Si Kanata will be working with me so that we can have your application be expedited. COVID-19 health and safety measures, everything has already been lifted in Canada. That's why it's easier for you to travel. Same with Fanshawe, together with Philippine Airlines. Students of Humber can get a discounted airfare, and that discount may be extended for up to 2 dependents. If you are 32 years old and above, you can get up to 5% discount. And if you are 31 years old and below, you can get up to 10% discount. And again, your dependents, up to 2 dependents, will be able to get that discount as well. All right, so I think that's it for my presentation. Thank you so much, everyone, for listening, and I will be joining you later on for the Q&A.
Thank you so much, Sir Daryl. I hope the participants that we have today became familiar as well with Humber College, one of your future schools in Canada. So now at this point, I know you guys are pretty much excited to get to know Kanata and how we will be able to assist you with the application process. So now, maybe call on Miss Van to present for Kanata. Good afternoon, Miss Van.
Hi, good afternoon, Martin, and good afternoon to each and every one of you. In behalf of the Kanata team, I'd like to thank you all, and that we do appreciate that you're spending a few hours of your Saturday with us. Okay, so let me share my screen. I'll turn off my video as well. Okay. Can everyone see my presentation?
Yes, Miss Van.
Okay, thank you. All right, so in this part, I'll be giving you an overview of the things I'm going to discuss for the presentation for Kanata. So today's topics will include who we are as a company, what are the services that we offer, what Canada can offer, the process in terms of application, so school application and visa application, what are the opportunities that you can have while you're studying, and what could be the other opportunities that could come to you once you qualify as a student in Canada. Okay, so about us. So Kanata is in fact a Native American term. So it's not Japanese. Kahit tunog Japanese siya, it's not a Japanese term. So it's a Native American term. It's actually where Canada got its name from. So Kanata means a village or coming together or a meeting place. And that's where we got the name of the company as well. So who are we? Kanata is an agency. So Kanata Educational Consultancy Services is one of the leading educational agencies in Manila, exclusively catering for student applicants who are interested to study in Canada. We have been in the industry for over 5 years. Okay, so we have a 5-year experience in visa processing and student consultation, and we are in direct partnership with Canadian schools and institutions, just like Humber College and Fanshawe College, and among other schools. Our services. So before I discuss the services that we offer, let me share with you the mission and vision of the company. So our mission is to help students to achieve your dreams by providing our services at no extra cost. Bakit namin kina-claim na no extra cost? This is because if you apply through us, we don't charge processing fee for student applicants. Okay, so that's zero processing fee for student applicants. Because what is the vision of the company? Our vision is to be the first avenue of students with the common goal of pursuing your education abroad. What are the services that we offer? Number one is the assessment. So we provide pre-assessment to students prior to application. Bakit prior to application? Because through Kanata, aside from the webinars and the info sessions that we offer for free, we do offer consultations for free as well. Okay, so what you need to do is just to book your consultation through the link that we are going to post in the chat box. Okay, so para you can book your schedule at your most convenient time. And then for those of you who want to have a face-to-face consultation, you are very much free to go to our office, drop by and visit us and ask us about the details. Now, we are located in Makati, along Paseo de Rojas, very near Greenbelt 1. Okay, it's very accessible. Next one is representation. So we represent you to the school that you choose to apply in. This is because we'll be the one to lodge the application for you. Okay, so that goes for the school application at the same time with your visa application. Documentations, we provide a comprehensive list of requirements and guidelines. So again, that goes for your school application and your visa application. We'll be providing you the list of requirements. Ano ba yung mga kailangan yung i-collect na documents so that you'll be able to send your application. And the fourth one is assistance. So we will assist you throughout your visa process. So throughout your school application, throughout your visa application, we'll provide assistance. So you can contact us through email, you can call us or message us through Viber, through WhatsApp, through SMS. Okay, so we're very much accessible. Next part is about Canada. Here, so Canada is the second largest country, and it's divided into 4 regions. So you have Western Canada, you have Atlantic Canada, Northern Canada, and Central Canada. So it has a land area of 9.98 million square kilometers. So to simply put, Canada is large enough to accommodate all of us. So kung mag-apply kayo, cash-on-cash tayo sa Canada dahil ang laki niya. Okay. Next one. So Canada is also known to be one of the most educated countries in the world. This is being shown as more than half of their population has a tertiary education degree from a college or university, and they are generous enough to cater international students as well. So what are the benefits if you get to study or if you get to acquire a study permit in Canada? The first one is that you'll have international accreditation. Okay, so when you graduate from an institution in Canada, that would mean you'd be holding an international diploma. So we all know the value of having a diploma from a well-developed country. Okay, so it's recognized not just in the Philippines or not just in Canada, but it will be recognized in any country that you'd wish to visit or to work in. Affordable. So Canada is one of the most affordable, if not the most affordable, country that offers education for international students. So compared to other countries like United States or Australia or the United Kingdom, if you get to compare the tuition, or you'd get to see na sobrang mas mura ang institutions in Canada. And the cost of living also. Yes. Next, it has a very diverse culture and society. So the country is very welcoming to immigrants. It offers a healthy and safe community. It has a global language education. So apart from the knowledge and the learnings that you get out of the program na pag-enrollan nyo, it is also a very good venue to improve your communication skills, especially for second language speakers like us, Filipinos. So Canada also has very exciting campus environment. So you're very free to check the schools like Humber website or Fanshawe website or other schools that you're interested in. They do have school websites, and then you can see the pictures of the campuses in there. Next is that it offers world-class innovative education. So the programs that they offer have very up-to-date curriculum, and not just a curriculum, they do have very modern and up-to-date facilities. Next, ang pinakamalaking attraction no, in the Philippines is that Canada, or should you wish to study in Canada, there's a possible migration for you. Okay, so you can apply for permanent residency also if that's part of your goal. And then you'd have unlimited opportunities. Okay, because by the time that you go there and you study there and you get to work there, you'd be able to build the network that you need for your future plan. Okay, bakit ba ang daming nag-a-apply na students no, in Canada? So what are the benefits of being an international student in Canada? Before I get to discuss the benefits, there are certain rules that you need to follow first. Okay, the first one is that you should always be enrolled at a DLI. So DLI was mentioned a while ago by the school representatives. DLI stands for Designated Learning Institution. So why should you be enrolled at a DLI? Okay, this is basically because if you are planning to apply for a postgraduate work permit after you finish your program, you'll only be eligible if you get to finish your program under a DLI, under a Designated Learning Institution. Now, what's good about Kanata is that the schools that we offer, okay, or the school recommendations that we will give you are from our schools that are considered DLI. Okay, so you need not to worry if Miss qualified ba ako, if I want to apply for a postgraduate work permit after I graduate from my program. Definitely yes. Okay, because again, we only offer schools or we only recommend schools that are considered DLI. Next is that you need to make progress towards completing your program. Of course, you need to finish a program that you applied in. You need to respect the conditions of your study permit. How many hours are you allowed to work? What are the type of jobs that you can apply in? Next one is that you need to stop studying if you do not meet the requirements and then leave Canada when your permit expires. Okay, so this is one of the benefits that is offered by Canada. No? Should you be student, an international student in their country. So you are allowed to work while you study. You are allowed to work while your classes are ongoing. So you have the option to work on campus. You are not required to have a work permit, but you should be a full-time student and you should have a valid student permit. You can also work off campus. Again, you're not required to have a work permit, but you need to be enrolled and you should have started studying. Ibig sabihin, nag-start na yung classes niyo dapat before you get to work off campus, and that you should be enrolled and you are actually attending the program. The third one is that you can have your co-op. What is a co-op? Okay, so co-op is it's incorporated within the program that you have. We're not saying that all programs have co-op, okay, but a lot of the programs do have placements or work placements, or sometimes they call it field placement. But co-op is somehow different because the first one is that when you have your co-op, you'll be the one to apply for the internship. No, I think in the Philippines it's similar to our OJT. Okay, but the difference is that co-op is most of the time paid. I'm not saying all the time, but most of the time it is paid. Okay, so how many hours are you allowed to work? So during your classes, while the classes are ongoing, you are allowed to work for 20 hours per week during the school semester. And then 40 hours or more if you can manage, no? So you can work for more than 40 hours during your semestral breaks, like your winter breaks or your summer breaks and holiday breaks. Second benefit is that you can stay in Canada after your program. So ito nga yung minention ko a while ago, na PGWP or Postgraduate Work Permit, okay? Because Canada is generous enough to give you that opportunity to apply what you've learned in the institution in Canada then. Okay, so ang duration ng PGWP depends on the duration of your program. So if your program is less than 8 months, you are not eligible for a postgraduate work permit. If it's a 1-year program, then the ratio would be 1:1. So it's 1-year program, 1 year PGWP. So basically, the reason why a lot of our students are trying to get the 2-year programs, it's because your PGWP can be stretched up to 3 years. So if you have questions about that later, you can type in your questions or you can book a consultation so you can know more about it. The third benefit is that you can bring your dependents. So who are considered your dependents? The first one is your spouse. Second one is your common law partner. So it's spouse or common law, ha? Hindi pwedeng both. So common law partner, meaning your partner, your boyfriend, your girlfriend. So pwede niyo siyang dalhin as a dependent. And your children. So can you bring your parents as your dependent or siblings as your dependent? Unfortunately, hindi sila considered dependent. So it's only the spouse or the common law partner and children. Documents. So these are the documents that you need to prepare for school application and visa application. So you need to have your valid passport. You need to have your birth certificate. If you don't have your PSA birth certificate, we highly advise that you apply or you request for it as early as now. If you're willing to push it through with your application, you need to have your academic transcripts, your diploma from high school and college, if it's applicable, your certificate of employment, your IDs, your resume. Resume is very important. Well, not all schools are requiring for your resume, but we would like to have it or will need it so that we can give proper recommendations, program recommendations for you. And your IELTS results. Okay, so for IELTS results, good news is that majority of the schools like Humber and Fanshawe, they're not requiring for IELTS results anymore. So if the IELTS is waived, what you need to submit na lang is your MOI. So MOI stands for your certificate of English as medium of instruction. So itong MOI na to, you can just request from your high school and your college. And then there are schools also, if they're requiring English proficiency tests pa rin, some of them are accepting Duolingo. So Duolingo was mentioned, I think, by Daryl a while ago. So Duolingo is a type of English proficiency test, but you can take it online. And it's also more affordable compared to IELTS. Next, so this is just an overview of the process now, should you wish to apply through Kanata. So the first one is to consult with a counselor. Again, the consultation is free, whether it's face-to-face or online. You just need to book a consultation schedule with us. The next one is you gather and submit the required documents. So once you decide to apply with us, we'll be giving you a student form and waiver. And then once you confirm the school that you wish to apply in, so we'll give you the requirements so that you can start collecting it and we can proceed with the application, school application right away. Next is to apply again to a designated learning institution like Humber College and Fanshawe. Next is to wait for the letter of acceptance. Now, the waiting time for your LOA or letter of acceptance depends on the school, but in average, it takes 4 to 6 weeks. Now, there can be schools that can give it a bit earlier than that, or maybe a bit later than that, but in average, it takes 4 to 6 weeks. Fifth is you confirm your application once you get your LOA. Okay, you need to confirm and pay for your tuition fee. So why do you need to pay for your tuition fee right away? Because that's your way of reserving your seat once they offer you the LOA. So once you get to cover or you get to settle the tuition fee, we can now proceed to the visa application. So with the visa application, you're required to have your medical test. So you need to get a medical test. We'll be providing the link of accredited hospitals and clinics that you can check. So you can check whether if the location is near or if it's convenient for you to visit. And then we'll also provide a comprehensive list for visa requirements for you and for your dependents if you're bringing your spouse and your family and your children with you. And then the next one is submitting the visa application. Now, in submitting the visa application, we'll do that for you as well. So we'll be the one to lodge your visa application. So technically, again, your task is to collect the documents that are required from you. And then we'll be the one to double check, compile, and compress your documents. Probably a lot of you are asking if we're going to issue the GC key login details to you. We will definitely do. Okay, we will not hold that information from you. So the transaction with Kanata is very, very transparent. All the login details will be provided. Okay, so that you can have your access, you can check the progress of your application. In fact, you'll be the one to give the good news to us whether the visa application is already approved, because the notification will go to you directly. Okay, so this is a very brief explanation about visa application. So there are two types of visa application. We have the regular stream and the study direct stream. So we tried to put it in a table so it's easier to see the difference. So if you apply through regular stream, you are not required to pay your 1-year tuition fee right away. Okay, you can pay at least the first semester tuition fee muna. For your POF, proof of financial or proof of funds, proof of financial capacity, ito yung show money, no, na tinatawag. So what should be the amount na nandun sa POF nyo? So your POF should have your 1-year tuition fee and your 1-year living cost of 10,000 Canadian dollars. Okay. There is no IELTS required if you're going to take the regular stream. You need to provide your LOA from the school. You need to have your study plan or your SOP, statement of purpose, and you need to provide the proof of identity, your proof of identity. Now, should you wish to apply through the Study Direct stream, you are required to pay for your 1-year tuition fee right away. And you need to have or purchase your guaranteed investment certificate of 10,000 Canadian dollars. This one, you can purchase it directly from Canadian banks. Okay, so aside from this one, aside from the GIC, you need to have your IELTS also. So your IELTS result should be not lower than 6.0 in average. So the next ones are similar to regular stream. Of course, you need to have your LOA, your study plan, and your proof of identity as well. There. Okay. So this marks the end of my presentation. Again, if you apply through Kanata, free assessment, wala kaming charge for consultation. The webinars and info sessions are all free. Okay. We have unlimited consultation and we have free assistance also. Okay. So if you can look into this presentation, or if you can see from the screen, we have this 10,500 security deposit. Okay, this is for your visa application and biometrics fees. So the security deposit of 10,500 pesos should be settled initially before we do your school application and visa application. But your 10,500 naman is consumable. So we call it consumable because you pay it initially. But once we are applying for your visa application fee, and your biometrics fee, doon natin kukunin sa 10,500. Okay? So this is basically why we're saying that it's a zero processing fee. Okay. So you can follow us. We are on Facebook. Our number is here. If you have questions, you can email us as well. And then we do have our Instagram page. If you want to visit our office, we are located in Paseo de Rojas. So that's 104 Paseo de Rojas, Legazpi Village, Makati, in Celestiana D T Tower. There you go. Okay, so if you have the time, you can visit Catherine's Instagram and YouTube page as well. So you get a lot of information from her vlog entries there. Okay, so we can now proceed to the question and answer. Thank you so much for listening to my presentation.
Hello, everyone. So at this portion of the program, I would like to now proceed with the question and answer portion. And I would also like to thank Ms. Van for that presentation. I hope you get to familiarize yourselves more on how we can assist you moving forward as a student in Canada. So I hope you now can jumpstart your excitement to apply with the help of Kanata. So now we have here a few questions coming from the um, participants. Yeah, there. For the first question that we have here, what are the different skill trades program offered by each school? So may we ask Miss Jamie first? Hello, Miss Jamie. All right, so there are some technical difficulties with Miss Jamie. So we'll proceed first with Sir Daryl. Sir Daryl, in Humber College, what are the different skill trade programs that you offer?
We have plumbing techniques, welding techniques, and industrial woodworking technician. We have construction management also, and building construction. So
Okay.
I'm sending the link to the complete list of our programs so that they can also check.
So just an additional question, sir, regarding the skill trade programs. Do you accept NC2 certificates for the programs?
Yes, as long as they are about 2 years after high school. So after
Oh,
high school, kunwari yung old curriculum natin, fourth year high school, or parang considered siya as grade 10, kung nag-NC2 after, or certificate program after at least 2 years, yes, we will be accepting that.
all right. Thank you so much, sir.
You're welcome.
All right, Miss Van, do you have any questions on your end?
Okay. One question is that how much professional fees for every step of the application? So I think this one is for Kanata. Right. Again, if you're applying as a study applicant, there's zero professional fees. There's zero processing fee. So what you need to settle only is a security deposit of 10,500 pesos, which is again consumable. It will be used as your visa application fee and your biometrics fee once we apply for your visa application. Okay, but if you are bringing your dependents with you, doon kami may processing fee. Okay, so the processing fee for your spouse or your common law partner is 40,000 pesos. If you are bringing your children with you, so it's spouse with children, that would be 50,000 pesos for the processing fee. So that amount is solely the processing fee. That would mean you'd have to shoulder pa rin the visa application and the biometrics fees of your dependents. Okay. Next question.
All right, so we have here another question for Humber College. Sir Daryl, how much is the 1-year tuition fee for business finance or the business programs in general?
Business programs in general is about 17,000 plus. So I usually tell the students to prepare at least 18,000 Canadian dollars for 2 semesters.
Thank you so much, sir. Miss Van, do you still have other questions on your end?
I see a lot of questions for Fanshawe. Is Jamie now available? Jamie, are still having problems with it?
Hi.
Hi,
Hi,
Jamie's
hi, I'm
back.
back.
Wala
Okay.
pa ako eh, ang dami nang nagtanong eh.
All right. So, one
Oh.
of the questions here is that, what are the requirements for a practical nursing program and how much is the tuition fee?
Oh, okay. Um, for our practical nursing program, we actually need you to apply first for the pre-health pathway program. So we require our students, not just for our international students, even for our domestic students as well, to apply to the pre-health program first. So this is a preparatory program for our health sciences programs like practical nursing. So um, for this one, it might take you up to 3 years because you still have to take the pre-health and the 2 years practical nursing. So if you are, for example, you are a registered nurse, what we usually recommend instead is our gerontology program or our PSW program. Or if you're interested to study in Toronto, then you can also have our chronic disease management or palliative care program as well, so that you will not have to take the pre-health uh pathway program.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Jamie. I hope that's clear.
Yes.
Answer the question.
Also, again, if you want to have program recommendation, you can just ask or book a consultation with Kanata.
That's correct. So Judiel, that question is from Judiel. I hope Jamie answered your question. Next question, Martin.
All right. So we have here a few questions, still a few questions. So we have here a question for, I guess this is directed for Kanata. Do you have partner schools in Calgary for business or sales or marketing? Yeah, we have other partner schools in Alberta, in Calgary specifically. So yeah, what we can suggest, if you have further questions about them, just feel free to book a free consultation with us. So we have posted the link here on the chat box. So just click on that link so you can book an appointment on your available time, and it's entirely for free. And if you have further questions, more specific questions such as like program recommendations, a specific case that you have, we highly suggest that you book a free consultation so that we can explain it further for your case. Okay. Um, Another question on your end, Miss Van?
Okay, so this question is from Homer. So for Fanshawe, if I plan for a 2025 winter intake reservation, can I process as early as possible for student visa?
Oh, okay. Well, I cannot really fully answer this question because I'm not a licensed immigration consultant. But for us, we can definitely help you out with the letter of acceptance. So for Fanshawe College, we usually issue our letter of acceptance just 4 days after you submit your application. So if you're planning to apply early for your study permit, then you can use that as well. And you can pay your deposit fee and your tuition fee to add that as your documents for the study permit application.
Okay, so that would mean the admission for 2025 in Fanshawe is already open.
Yes, so we are already accepting applications for 2025.
Okay. So I hope that answers your question, Homer. Thank you, Jamie. Now, well, to add on to that, since you can apply already and the admission is open in Fanshawe, so you can get your LOA for your 2025 intake. You can also apply for your visa as early as now. You know why? Because your study permit or the visa application will follow the duration stated in your LOA. So if your LOA is for 2025, your study permit will be effective in 2025 also. So if your requirements are already available and you're ready to apply for your visa as early as now, once you were able to get your LOA, you can apply for your visa. Okay. Next question.
All right. We have here another question. I guess this is directed for the schools. Do you have construction project management? Is it offered in the schools? So first up, Sir Daryl, is it offered in Humber College? And how much is the tuition fee?
Our project management is the general project management, not the specific construction project management. But the tuition fee is about 18,000 Canadian dollars for 2 semesters.
All right. Thank you, sir. And for Miss Jamie, is the program construction project management offered in Fanshawe College?
Yes, we have 1 year construction project management in our London campus. So the tuition fee is around 16,000 CAD for 1 year. But if you're looking into a 2 year co-op program, we also have the 2 year postgraduate program with co-op in Toronto. So this one, if you want to have a longer PGWP, you can definitely choose the 2 year construction project management in Toronto.
All right. Thank you so much, Miss Jamie. Are there any other questions on your end, Miss Van?
The last question I can see is that if we bring our family, what are what are the types of visas? I assume this is what are the types of visas that they need to apply for. So to answer that, as a student, because if you're applying as a student, you'd be applying for a study permit. For your CLP, common law partner, or for your husband, you'll be applying for an open work permit. And then for your children, that would be study permit minor. Okay, so that's basically why we are charging processing fees for the dependents because you're technically applying for a different type of permit. Okay, again, so for your OWP or CLP, for your CLP or spouse, it's an open work permit. For the children, it's study permit minor. Okay, do we have more questions? I think most of the questions that we get to see are very specific questions. Okay, now for specific questions, specific type of questions like this, we very much welcome you to have your online or one-on-one consultation with us. The link is here, it's posted here. Please set your schedule. Okay, so we can address all the concerns that you have, or your very personal questions or detailed questions. Do you still have questions?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we have here a few questions. Um, so yeah, just like what Ms. Van said, what we suggest is if you have a more specific questions catered to your case, it's much better if you book a free consultation with us. So here we have another question. Do you offer free tourist assessment for parents? Regarding that, yeah, we also help in assessing you for tourist visa, but that will be a different scenario or case. So it will be better if you have that discussion further on the consultation. So just click on that link. So, but we have here another question regarding the program. So the question is, so for the schools, is the program transferable or refundable? So for certain instances, does the schools allow transfer of one intake to another or the refunding? For Fanshawe College, is it allowed, Miss Jamie?
Okay, so if you already paid your tuition fee and you would want to transfer to the next available intake, so we call that deferral. So we allow deferrals. We allow up to two deferrals at Fanshawe. And if um you are planning to refund and you're not going to go to Fanshawe, we definitely can issue a refund for that one. Is if you have if your reason is visa refusal, then we only apply the 250 administrative fee. But for other personal reasons, we apply the 2,300 non-refundable fee.
All right, thank you so much, Miss Jamie. How about for Humber College, Sir Daryl?
Yes, they can also defer. We are allowing two deferrals for their tuition fee. They can move their tuition fee for 2 terms. Beyond that, they will need to refund first. They will need to get their money back, and then they will have to pay again if they wish to pursue their studies at Humber. If they're asking if they can transfer, ano ba yung transfer na tinanong? Parang ito transfer to another person. If that's the question, if I understood it correctly, hindi siya pwede. Kailangan nilang i-refund muna yung pera, and then they will need to pay again once that person is already accepted to a program at Humber College. And also, for refund, they can fully refund minus 200 Canadian dollars if the reason for refund is a visa refusal. If hindi visa refusal, then minus 1,000 Canadian dollars from what they have paid for.
All right, thank you so much, Sir Daryl.
Welcome.
I guess last question in your end, Miss Van. Do you still have other questions on your end?
Actually, no. These are very specific questions. So yeah, for the rest of those very detailed questions or specific questions, please book your consultation.
Yes.
Okay.
So I hope you guys were able to have a very informative session today. You learned something about Fanshawe College, Humber College, your future schools in Canada. And also I hope that you were also able to familiarize yourselves on the service that we offer. And we look forward in assisting you with the entire process. So if you have more questions, you have clarifications, do not hesitate to book a consultation for us. Guys, that's free, so take advantage of it. The questions that you have, so we can assess all of them during the consultations. I hope you guys would enjoy the weekend. And again, thank you everyone for joining the info session today. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you. Excited to talk to all of you.
Thank you so much, Sir Daryl and Miss Jamie.
Thank you, Martin. Thank you, Van.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, everyone.